Hello, everybody. I haven't done a video in a while. Been thinking about what's going on in the world. This is a message for women. You know, for a long time, and even now more so than ever, we've been hollering that we're equal to men. We can do the work of a man. We deserve the pay of a man. And I believe that lie. In my 20s, I worked in construction, and for the past 35 years, I've been a machinist. Um, Also been a tool and die maker for 3 years. Now, you women just don't realize. I'm in my 50s, and a lot of you young women really need to pay attention because I don't know where the generations went wrong. I guess I could say with my parents it went wrong because that's when they started pushing women into these positions that men should hold. And it may have started with my grandmothers. But you're not equal to a man. You can't handle the same work as a man. Now in your 20s, yeah, you want to get out there and tear your body up and work as hard as a man does, go for it. But you also got to realize you're in your childbearing ages. So therefore, you end up getting pregnant, you end up taking time off. So right there proves you're not equal in the workforce as a man. You may be able to do the same work, but you're not putting in the time like most men do. Now, the time that they're hollering for women to take off during pregnancy is what, 6 months? And they can get their jobs back? I mean, come on. You really think that's equal to a man? Yeah, they put out laws there that a father can take off time too, but can you afford both of you taking off at the same time for pregnancy leave or childbirth leave or whatever they're calling it? I don't know. All I know is somewhere women have lost touch with their role. Your role was, and this is what you were created for, to be the mate, the helpmate to a man. You're supposed to be caring and nurturing and childbearing, and these positions are lost because now you women think you don't need a man. You can do all this stuff yourself. You can do the caring and the nurturing and the work and bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. I remember that damn commercial. Bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never let you forget your man. See, that commercial alone was telling you, yeah, you can go out and work and you can bring it home and you can cook it, but you still got to take care of your man. That's what your role is supposed to be. Take care of your man and take care of y'all's children. And I see so many single mothers out there, and I see so many struggling single mothers out there. Now, if you're getting if you got a high paying job and you're making over $100,000 a year or more, and you want to be a single mother, that's fine. But how many hours are you away from your child to make that money? And how many hours are you taking off of work to tend to that child? Because you thought you could do it all alone. You're not equal. I never claimed to be equal to a man. Now, I can claim that I can do equal work to a man, but I am not equal to a man because I could not work in my 20s. I could not work the hours that men do because I had children. I took care of my children. I took care of my house. I took care of my husband. But when I was at work, I busted my ass and came home and was tired very tired. My household, I wouldn't say suffered because of it, because my kids were fed a full meal every day. Um, Sundays was home time, and we all worked in the yard together as a family. But single mothers, why are you killing yourselves? Why are you beating up on men and talking bad about men because you think you can do it all? Let me tell you, when my husband passed away, and most people know me, that my husband passed away in 2010, and I became single. Now, yeah, I've been doing it all, but my kids are grown and I'm past childbearing ages. So I don't really have anybody that depends on me except for myself. Now, again, I'm in my 50s. When I was in my 20s, I worked my butt off, made my pay, and took care of my household. When you came to my house, it was never dirty. There was never dishes in my sink. There was never clothes laying around. Furniture was kept dusted. Floors were swept and mopped. This is what you're supposed to do. If somebody came to my house on a Thursday or a Wednesday or a Tuesday, my house was just as clean on those days as they were on Saturday and Sunday. Now, Sundays was yard day. So during the week, my yard would take a hit. Not too bad, but, trimming bushes and picking up leaves and cutting the grass and all that stuff was done on Sundays. Come on, women. Your body is going to take a toll. You doing everything that you want to do in your 20s and in your early 30s, and some of you crazy females that are out there popping babies in your 40s, which is ridiculous to me, but there are some that do it. When you're doing childbearing and trying to work like a man, you're taking a big risk on losing your children, or your health suffers because of it. When I was in my 20s, I worked construction. One day I was working with a woman that was my age now, and she was past her childbearing ages, but she got out there and she liked to fling wood and hang wood and tote them boards and tote them 5-gallon buckets of paint. One day she came to work and we were taking some paint up to a job site. We were carrying 5-gallon jugs of paint, one in each hand. And all of a sudden she stopped and I looked down and she had blood just pouring from between her legs. She dropped the bucket. We called an ambulance. The ambulance showed up. Her insides fell out. Her uterus became unattached and fell out. Now, like I said, she was in her 50s, and she had worked construction all her life. So, plus she had 2 kids. So between childbearing and we're trying to work like a man, she destroyed her body. And the doctors will tell you that. Your body is not meant to carry a load. Your body is meant to carry children. You pick up a child and walk around with it, and that's it. Once that child gets big enough to walk on its own, you put it down and it walks. You don't carry 2 5-gallon jugs of paint on each side. You don't carry 6 or 8 2x4s on your shoulders. You don't lift or swing bricks, and I'm talking cinder blocks. You young women that become firefighters and think that I'm going to depend on you to pull me out of a fire, you got another thing coming. I'm sorry. I want a man to pull me out. Women are not built equal to men. Women are not as strong as men. Women cannot pull weight like men can. We're just not built for that. And your body will take a toll. Life will have its way with you. It just will. Life will have its way with you. And when you're in your 50s and 60s, you're going to think back and think about what you did, why your body is so tired, why your body is so worn out, why your insides are dropping out. That's if you make it to your 50s. Hell, a lot of women are getting hysterectomies in their 30s and 40s, which is sad. And kind of makes you wonder what kind of work they do. But I don't know. It just seems like women have forgotten their roles. You know, there's so many divorces going on out there and so many single mothers that it's just very, very heartbreaking. And I hope one day that you guys will realize that it's not worth it. Life is not worth beating up your body. So really sit back and think about what you're doing to yourself and what you're doing to your families. I mean, it's so easy now for you to walk away from a relationship because the government says it's okay now. The government is so deep into our relationships that they're telling you, go ahead and leave your man, we'll support you. But they're not telling you that they're supporting you in poverty. You know, you're in poverty when they support you, or below poverty. So don't listen to the government. Don't listen to the feminists out there that are telling you you can do or be anything that you want. Know your roles. You know, get back to the nurturing and caring and childbearing and, I'm sorry, wifely duties. Because if you're having a child, you should be married. Because that's the way it's supposed to be. And, you know, that's just not my opinion. That's a lot of people's opinion. And a lot of men's opinions. Because they're sitting back and saying, hey, you women don't need us now, then hell with it. We don't need you anymore. Because why would they want to take a chance on getting with a woman knowing damn well that she can walk away any day just because she's in a bad mood and then nail him for child support or alimony, God forbid, which is a really, 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 really crazy law. I don't believe in alimony. I don't believe in child support. If you do separate, you raise the children equally. You know, you decide to walk away. It was a 50-50 decision to end the relationship, so it should be a 50-50 decision on raising the children. Men and women, mothers and fathers, need to be in their child's life. So women, when you walk away and you decide to pack up your kids and move to the other side of the United States or the other side of whatever country you're in, think about the damage you're doing to your children. They need their father. And that goes same way with the fathers. If the fathers get custody, don't move away from the mother. You know, in which most of the time the women get the custody, but I have known a few fathers that have gotten full custody. Keep both parents in the child's lives. If one parent is hooked on drugs or has some kind of health issues, then make that a decision in the separation that the other person has to get help in order to share 50-50 custody. But I'd rather not talk about the divorce and all that because I'd rather you not get divorced. I'd rather you work on things, fix things. If it takes going to an outside party to help you, then do it. But do whatever you can to stay together. And try to keep your life personal. Because what goes on between a man and a woman in their house is between them. Now, if, like I said, if one of them's on drugs, or the wife or the husband is beating up on each other, because I have known women that beat up on their husbands, so don't think it's just a man thing. There are women out there that beat up on their husbands. I've seen it. If that's the case, then get some help. You know, you got into a relationship with that person. They was the love of your life, and that's supposed to be for life, till death you part. And I believe in that very strongly. I may not have believed in it when I was in my 20s, because it was really pushing the lie back then. Be single, you can do it, you know, whatever. But as I got older and wiser, and looking back on my life, and looking out the window and seeing women's lives, your feminist movement has not done anything for women. Now, yeah, you may think it has done something for men, because men don't have to support you women and your children. But women, the feminist movement is tearing this country apart. You really have to step back and look at what's going on. All you got to do is open your eyes and look. Just look around. Anyway, that's the message I had today. This is something that was really strongly on my mind. And I've talked about it before, and I'll continue to talk about it. The feminist movement has destroyed this country. I believe it, and it's getting worse, not any better. So you women better step back and pay attention and look at all the little things that's going on in this world. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.